Guys, welcome to my channel JB's Crochet, and over the next week I'm going to be hopefully vlogging our vacation trip that we're on. Right now we're at our campground here in Kansas, and we're gonna hang out with family this weekend, go boating. I have my suit on, ready to go boating, and it's a beautiful morning right now. It's a little windy, but it's 80 degrees, and yesterday we packed up the camper and got it all ready, got down here, had kind of a, eat what you want kind of night, because it was hot and muggy last night, so we all just kind of ate light, and then we went and hung out with my mom and her boyfriend at their camper for a little bit, and then the youngest was ready to go to bed, so I walked him back over here. We hung out in the camper for a little bit and he played. And then I just finally said, you know what, dude, you just need to go to bed. So I finally left the back room in the camper and said, all right, you know what, me being in here, you're not going to go to sleep. So I left the room, and I think he went to sleep a lot quicker without me in there, because he likes me to sit in there, and I've done that almost his entire life when we go camping as a baby and, as a toddler. But, he's 6.5 now, so he's an old boy. He's a big boy. So it's just easier for him if I leave the room and stay in the camper and let him know that I'm still there. Anywho, but that's what we did on the day one, and we're beginning day 2 today. So yeah, we'll talk to you later on the next one. Hi friends, well, it's day 2 of my trip. It is muggier than crap out here, because look, my hair is like sticking out everywhere, and like it's a frizz ball mess. So oh my goodness, stop it. Just keeps, yeah. Anywho, so yesterday we, let's see, hung around the camper for a while. The kids played, we had breakfast. We also had lunch because others did not get around quick enough to get out boating by 11 a.m. when we had planned on. So we ate lunch, my family and I, we ate lunch, and then we loaded up on the boat and got out on the boat for a few hours. The kids played, swam in the lake a little bit when we stopped between pulling them on the tube. And I'll have to insert some clips of pictures and videos I took of that fun. It all ended with an epic wipeout. Nobody had any wipeouts the entire time we were out there until the last little bit. I was watching them on the float, and they were bouncing because they were outside the wake. And so I leaned over and told the driver, I was like, hey, they're bouncing pretty good back there. They're struggling to get back in the wake, like, joking, having fun. And so, he did the thing where he was going to try and get them back in the wake. Well, in the process of doing that, with the high speed we were going, which wasn't excessive or anything, it was just, when you're boating, when you're doing tubing and stuff, you got to go kind of fast. And so in the process of doing that, the lake was kind of rough yesterday, and so we just ill-timed a couple waves, and my 6-year-old's on the float with his dad and his other brother. My 10-year-old brother, or not my 10-year-old brother, his 10-year-old brother. He went flying a couple times, and the last time, oh my god, it freaked me out and my daughter, because I was not really freaked out that he was going to be harmed, but just that trauma I knew was coming to him, And so apparently he went flying off the back of the float and landed in the water. Well, of course, we were very strict on if you were in the water, you had a life vest on. So thank God he had a life vest on. Otherwise, we'd probably be having a whole different story right now. And thank God there's rules in place for vests and life vests on boats. I mean, because he doesn't have much for swimming lessons, which makes me want to make sure he does now. But apparently Dad was on the boat with him, or the float with him, so he bailed almost instantly when he saw his kid go flying. And he went swimming as quickly as he could to him, to get to him, just so he could be with somebody, not freaking out until the boat came around to pick him up. And apparently Daddy said that he yelled while he was out, because he was freaking out, you know, 6.5 years old, out in the middle of a lake. You know, it feels like an ocean to this kid. Sorry for all the shake, I'm readjusting my hand here. He apparently goes, "I'm in the middle of the ocean." And so that was funny. It's a joke now. We joke about this lake being the ocean. It's a big lake. Because you can have like 50 or 60 boats on this lake and it feels dead. You know, it's that big of a lake. So anywho, we did that. We got off the boat. We got dried off. We were dried off for the most part. We got dressed, hung up all our suits, and then we sat around for a minute. I was like, why don't we run and go get our groceries before we meet these people, our family, to eat dinner? And, you know, we'll just put it in our cooler and get some ice to keep it cold if we buy any cold food, because we needed to buy a couple, you know, deli meat and stuff like that, because in one day we went through a whole pound of ham between 5 of us. It's crazy. We eat deli meat just straight out of the packaging. Like, it's just how it rolls. I'm just getting away from bread. I don't know. I just don't like the crust on the bread. Anywho, yeah, so we all got dressed. We loaded up in the truck. We ran into the town and went to Walmart, got our groceries, you know, did our checkout, and then we went straight to the restaurant to meet my nephew and niece that I haven't seen in a couple years. My husband has seen our nephew off and on once a year when he comes up for the College World Series. So, but anyway, we hadn't seen our niece in quite a few years, so that was fun to see her and get, you know, kind of catch up a little bit. And anywho, then we came home and chilled around the camper. The kids went back over to grandma's and her boyfriend's house, or camper, I mean. And then we said goodnight, and yeah, I think as soon as our heads hit the pillow, we were all out. Like, we were just plain exhausted yesterday. And today we were supposed to go out on the boat, so I had my suit on under my shirt here, but I was cold earlier, so I threw a t-shirt on over it. And yeah, we're just sitting around waiting to go boating again, but I don't know if that's going to happen today, because we have other plans to go. We have other family that live nearby, and we're going to go see if we can join them in harvesting wheat, because the kids would have a blast, you know, seeing some farm equipment and actually being in it while it's farming. Well, I call farming harvesting. My 6-year-old was calling it farming and planting. He calls it planting and farming. Even though it's harvesting, you know, to harvest it up. So anywho, friends, that's day 3, that was day 2, and I will try to do these each day and keep you guys apprised. And, you know, in between these videos, I'll insert some photos and videos if I get any throughout the day, because, you know, when you're on vacation, sometimes it's just better to be in the moment and not have your phone out. So it's getting hot and humid out here, and there is no wind today. Ugh. So I'll check you guys on the next video. Well, hey friends, so we're on day 4, but I'm going to give you an update for day 3. So yesterday let's see. Oh, my brain's having a brain fart right now. Let's see. I got up. I planned on watching my church live on the, you know, their streaming that they do every week. completely forgot about that, so I feel really bad about that. However, I did not forget because I had my phone in my hand for some reason at the right time and was able to make it to our Sunday Zoom meeting with Juan the Yarn Addict. That was fun. I got to show a couple of projects that I brought with me on our trip to work on, and y'all, just an update on the Granny Square C2C. I'm gonna be done with the cake that I brought with me before the middle of the week. We're not even halfway through our trip yet, and I've almost went through that one cake. I should have brought another one, but I thought I had enough to, well, and I have 2 other projects I could work on, which will take time. The Alzheimer's awareness, dementia awareness blanket throw that I'm making. It's coming in handy. I'm gonna have to wash it up before I send it off to who I'm gonna send it to. Because it's getting chilly in the camper, and of course mommy forgot a few things at home, so I'm gonna have to, like I said, wash and dry the blanket nice easily and be careful with it. And anyway, after the Zoom meeting, what did we do? We ate lunch, or hung around for a little bit, ate lunch, and then we went back out on my mom and her boyfriend's boat yesterday on the lake and did a little tubing with the kids. Well, I didn't do tubing. I don't do that stuff. I'm okay. I had a ball sitting and watching them from the boat. And sorry if I'm moving around too much. My left hand's holding my tripod and it's getting tired. I don't have a lot of arm strength in this arm for some reason. Because I crochet with my right. So anywho, you can see my camper behind me in our truck and all the kids' stuff outside. Let's see, what did we do? After boating, we came back in, just kind of chilled for a few, got ourselves ready to go for the evening, and we went back over to my mom's. We drove around to my mom's camper and said bye to them because we were taking off, and they were taking off home, but we were taking off to go to see some family. The kids got to see some kittens. Oh my goodness, they would not leave these kittens alone. They were being very ornery and not listening to mommy. Like, the poor cats were like, we just want to be put down, and these kids were like, no, we want to hold you. So they kept just pestering these little kittens. They're probably 2 or 3 months old. They're still itty bitty. Well, not newborn itty bitty, but little kitties. Probably a pound or 2. Anywho, we hung around the farmhouse for a little bit, and then we went and ate dinner real quick. We went into town, the town near this family, and grabbed some food from Sonic, had our dinner, and then we came back out and met them where they were cutting the wheat at this point, because they had stopped, had dinner, and then they went back out to cut some more wheat. So we met them where they were cutting the specific acreage that they were cutting, and the 2 older kids got in, and my youngest and I literally sat in the truck in the AC and just chilled, and he was feeling a little hot yesterday, so I'm hoping that he's not gonna be sick on this trip, because Mama left everything behind, like vitamins and everything. So we had to go to Walmart and buy just some replacement vitamins, which, they should do their job. They're not as, I wouldn't say they're as good as the ones that we get from our chiropractor, but they'll get the job done hopefully over the next week. So anyway, we have to make another trip to Walmart for a few things, because when you're gone for a whole week, almost 10 days, it's hard to grocery shop and pack a camper for 5 people's worth of food. Really, we have decent amount of storage, but it's hard to plan, especially when, we're coming and going a lot, and we'll probably do a lot of eating out and stuff with family, just because it's easier. Again, planning for all that food, it's hard when you have significantly less storage area for things, so. All right, let's see what else. Anywho, so the 2 older ones, they got done with their passes in the combine, and then my husband came over to the truck because he was sitting outside with his sister and just chatting with her, and Um, he came over to the truck after the two oldest got back and checked to see if the youngest wanted to go. He was a little hesitant, but we pushed him and we were like, "Oh, you're gonna end up having fun." So he went, and when he got back, he goes, "That was what did he say?" We said, "How was the combine? Was it cool?" He goes, "Yeah, that was cool." So he ended up liking it, and I'm glad he, didn't miss out on that. So, and as soon as we were done with that, we headed back to the camper. It took us almost an hour to get back because my husband put in used Google to put in just a roundabout area to go to get back to our camper, not the specific pin where our camper was. And so it ended up taking him to the other side of the lake, and so we had to turn around and go back around, and so it took us another 15-20 minutes to get back to the other side of the lake. It's a big lake, it's not very small. So yeah, it was a long day yesterday, so today we're just kind of taking it easy, and I'll update you tomorrow on what we do today. So I'll see you on the next one, friends. Well, hi friends, we are mid-morning on day 5, and yesterday was day 4, and so I'm doing these recaps the next day just because then I can, I don't have to tell you what we're gonna do and then go back and tell you what ended up actually happening. I can just tell you how the day went. So we are actually packing up, so I'm gonna make this a quick one this morning to move on to the Worlds of Fun village over in Kansas City. We are, you might hear them yelling, and you might hear some yelling and stuff because my husband, when it comes to loading and getting kids to, anyway. So yesterday, day 4, what did we do? Let's see, we got up, we just kind of chilled around the camper, didn't really do a whole lot. Had breakfast, the kids played in and out of the camper, and then we had lunch, and then we drove into another town. There's several around us where we're at, this big lake, and we met up with my father-in-law and mother-in-law, and we went to a bounce, like a trampoline park that had an arcade and stuff in it, and that was, my goodness, we barely made it an hour there with these kids because the one wanted to play the arcade the whole time he was there, so he was just like, I don't want to jump on these trampolines and do all this fun stuff. So I just kept having to make him come sit down at the table and chill for a minute or two, and he'd get up and go again. We ended up being there about an hour and a half. Then we left and we went to Dairy Queen right across the street from the place, and had us a nice little ice cream snack. Although my children, my goodness, y'all, their attitudes, and we love them and we want to spoil them, but like, they get these attitudes, and it's like, I know we've done this to you, but like, come on, deserve these treats that we're doing for you, because like, Mommy and Daddy paid for the ice cream. Papa T and Grandma essentially paid for the trampoline park because they used their season pass or whatever that they had to use some of their admissions to get the kids in. And then, let's see, we had our ice cream. Then my family and I, we went, my mother-in-law and father-in-law, they went back to their house to wait for us. We went to Walmart on the other side of town, which is where they live too, but we met them on the opposite side of town to do the trampoline park. And then oh, I'm having a rough morning with my brain, my memory. Walmart. I got some yarn, y'all. I should have brought that out here and showed you. Darn it. So you guys, if you know me, I follow Juan the Yarn Addict and Mama Wilma, and she has enabled a lot of us to use the party time yarn from Red Heart. It's the color blocking party time yarn. And also, for me personally, she enabled me to use the, is it teal? Bluetiful? Maybe it's Bluetooth. It's either the Bluetiful or the teal color block. I can't remember. It's the blues, greens color block, where it's just the one color, but it's the shades, different shades of it, I think. Anywho, I was at the Walmart here in the town that we went to where my in-laws live, and of course I had to go to the yarn aisle because it's right next, you know, this Walmart is right next to the Hobby Lobby, and I told my husband, I'm gonna have tempted to have you drop me off there because I wanted some cotton yarn to play around with, some cotton beanies while I'm here, you know, maybe some bucket hats. And he's like, you're good. I was like, all right, fine. Well, Walmart I know has yarn. So they were in the electronics area just down the way from the yarn, and I went over to the yarn aisle and I found some of that color block yarn. I beaten myself for not grabbing any party. I didn't even look. Ugh, silly Amber. But I did see the beautiful one, or whatever it's called, yarn. And so I grabbed the 2 that they had left because I'm trying to get as many as I can, because I want to make a big, beautiful blanket just like Mama Wilma did. More than likely a granny square blanket like she did. I'm guessing she did 2 rounds of each color before switching. Let's see. And then I also got a like mint green cotton, a light gray cotton, and like a taupe, light brown. I don't know, I think Juan uses taupe as the term, but it's like a light brown. You know what, and I will take video or pictures of the yarn and I will show you guys, you know, because I'm basically taking all these clips that I'm making and pictures that I'm taking. Did not mean to rhyme like that, but I'm gonna smush it all together into one long video. Hopefully it won't be too long. It shouldn't be, because most of my videos every day are about, I don't know, they're under 10 minutes, so we'll see. It should be a 45-minute, you know, montage maybe, hopefully. I don't just jibber jabber, but I'm literally sitting here waiting for them to unload or not unload. Hook up the camper to go. So they're about done. Anywho, let's see. Went to Walmart, got that stuff. Oh, and I'm gonna have to take a picture of the empty tomb wooden sculpture that my father-in-law made me. Y'all, this thing's awesome. Anyway, so we went to my in-laws house, hung out there for a little bit. I got my empty tomb sculpture that he made me out of wood, and oh my gosh, it's awesome. And then we came back to the camper, hung out. Well, immediately made dinner because as soon as we got back it was well after our dinner time. So my husband grilled up the brats real quick, which I had a jalapeno cheddar one and it was delicious, with a tomato cucumber Italian dressing salad as my side. And then we just hung around we watched the final game of the College World Series on the Chromecast and got the kids ready for bed and went to bed, and that's the day. So I'll see you guys on the next video update. So have a great one. Hey friends, it's day 6, but here's day 5's recap. So we basically really didn't do a whole lot. Sorry for all the shaking. We got up, ate breakfast, just hung around the camper a little bit, got slow to go around, get up and get around, because nobody was up and around till almost 9 o'clock, you know, and then we packed up, loaded up, and headed out towards our next destination. And we got here yesterday around lunchtime, so we had lunch, and then we just, actually no, sorry, we had lunch. See, this is why I do the recaps and not during the, you know, what we're going to do ahead of time. So, we stopped and got lunch at a Panda Express. And then we got to our destination, unhooked, and my husband was still working on unhooking. And we all had our suits on. The kids were rearing to go, so I threw my suit on, and went up to the pool that they have here in this campground. And then this morning we got up. It was storming real bad last night, so we're getting up late this morning, and then we eating breakfast now, and I took a quick shower this morning because yes, I'm gonna go play in the water park, but my hair needed washed badly. I was like, I don't care if I wash it more than once today. So anywho, we're just, you know, waiting to go do our thing today, so we'll see you on the next one, friends. Bye. Well, hey friends, it's me. I'm back again. It's day 7, and yesterday, a recap for day 6. There is a helicopter flying over me, so hopefully it doesn't get too loud. Day 6, I didn't take any videos or photos yesterday because we went to, so there's an amusement park here called Oceans of Fun. It's Worlds of Fun and Oceans of Fun, and you can use like a pathway to get to one or the other. And so we actually took what we thought was going to be the warmer of the 2 days, because today was supposed to be, you know, overcast and possibly storms off and on, maybe rain, we don't know. Well, it's hot. I shouldn't say hot, it's humid, and yeah, it's gonna be warm today, I think. Warmer than we thought today would be, because it's already humid and we're feeling it. The sun's warm. Anywho, so yesterday we did Oceans of Fun. It was a gorgeous day for Oceans of Fun. We did that for about 4 to 5 hours, and then we came back to our camper and relaxed for a little bit while the husbands went and got some dinner for us and brought it back, and we grilled some cheeseburgers with bacon for some people, and we had chips and dip, and then we just ate and hung out for a little bit, and then the 3 of my kids went back to the amusement side of the park, which you can actually see right behind me, right here. That is the Mamba at Worlds of Fun, and you can see it. That's actually part of it too. And then there's another ride. That pole is, I think it's the swings that spin around. I don't think you can see anything else behind me. Oh, that is the other part of the Mamba. I believe that's where you actually start. So it's a quite lengthy ride. It's a 2-minute ride from start to finish. So it's not one I like to ride because it's, as you can see, these hills are quite intense, especially that first one. And then behind me you can see they have cabins. This is the Worlds of Fun Village cabins, and my friends are actually staying in one of the cottages up the way. They're smaller than the cabins. And so anywho, yeah, my 3 went back to the amusement park side here, Worlds of Fun side, and did some rides for a couple hours, and then came home and right to bed. I think it took them a little bit of time to kind of wind down, but I think pretty quickly at least the youngest was out pretty quick. And then we got up this morning, slow. My husband made French toast for us and our friends, and so we had French toast for breakfast, and now we're just kind of cleaning up, and the friends of ours are packing up their cottage to get ready to leave after a day full of rides at the amusement park. So I will have one last recap video tomorrow because today is our last day and we're heading home tomorrow, so I won't really have much to tell you on our way home. Maybe I'll do a recap for our ride home. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'll just insert some pictures. But so yeah, that's the recap, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video that I put together. So bye. We'll see you on the next one.